How's it going, everybody? Good morning, good morning, good morning. It is Tuesday, May 18, 2021. Let me know if you guys can hear me. Good, good. Great. How about those moves in the market? Nice, aren't they? Yeah, we got that nice push through on gold and the euro as well. We're seeing some really nice upside. So we'll go through those markets. We'll look at Bitcoin, see what Bitcoin's up to, and see what's going on, see if there's any good trading opportunities as well. Alright, so we'll let everybody trickle in. We're a little bit early, 5 minutes early. The back is very painful this morning. When I wake up in the morning, it's like terrible. The pain is terrible because you're laying there all night, right? Not really moving, so it catches up with you. Doesn't feel good. Yeah, so these moves have been forecasted. This is what we've been anticipating from the markets. And so it's really no surprise to us that this is what's taking place, right? When you take a look at the overall markets, you look at the COT data, when you know how to interpret what we're seeing properly, then it will lead you to understanding what the market is about to do. And so now we got this push up here on gold, and it's just about ready to take off. It's not quite there yet, but it's on the verge of being there. And oil's pretty much still doing nothing, sitting up there. We've talked about this often, sitting inside that area of supply. But I do want to point out a trading opportunity. I don't know if I've already pointed it out or not, but let's turn over to the 4-hour chart. So we know what was happening here on the euro, okay? So the euro had contacted a monthly area of demand by the banks. And we knew with a high degree of certainty that there was going to be a momentum shift taking place off that area, and that price was going to start heading higher. And we knew that they were going to create, very likely create a daily uptrend, which they did, which signaled an entry long. Okay. Now price retraced down to the ascending trend line. Now we mentioned how in trading, when you read textbooks on trading, it is very well known that retail traders look for multiple tests of trend lines. So we have a trend line like this, okay? So this is what we see in the market. We see a situation like this where, let's say price is heading down and then it reverses and it starts heading up, okay? So let's just say that's what we see. Now, when price is right here in the overall move, we can already spot that there's going to be serious momentum to the upside. And this is after it has contacted an area of demand, okay? But let's say there's a major demand down here. We could know with some high degree of certainty that this is the area that when price contacts will start pushing price up, okay? So that's our first entry right there. Then when we see the upward structure being created right at this point here, we would know that the banks are creating an uptrend and price is likely going to continue higher. All right. So here's the first test of that trend line. Now, retail traders would be very reluctant to buy there because it's the first test of the trend line, right? So it hasn't proved itself yet. So what happens when price comes up and it contacts it again? Now it's making multiple tests of the trend line. So the more times it tests that trend line, the more stronger the trend line is. Well, that doesn't really work in the real world, and anybody who trades like this would know that the more times it contacts, the least likely it is that it's going to hold, because if you don't understand what's happening on the higher time frames or on the overall picture of what price is doing, then this is a gamble. Whether it holds or not, it's a gamble. It's just like a bridge that's about to collapse, and the idea being, well, the more cars that drive over it, the more stable it becomes. No, it's about to collapse. The more price contacts it, the more it's about to break apart. So with that being said, here on the daily chart, when price came down to here, very unlikely that retail traders were buying there. Very unlikely. Okay? But the banks were buying there, and we could spot that with the CFTC data, initial data. And we also knew that it was likely going to hold because the banks created the uptrend to begin with. Okay, the banks created the uptrend to begin with, so now they're holding price at that trend line. If the banks didn't create an uptrend and price was coming down here, this would probably have broken like this to the downside, very likely. So let's take a quick look. I'm really interested in seeing what overall traders are, how they're situated with the euro right now. Has anybody taken a look at the sentiment on my FX book? Let's see. Majorly short. Oh, mamma mia. What is going on? Majorly short. Take a look at that. Take a look at that. Euro US dollar. Majorly short. That's too bad. And look what's happening. Price is going up. Okay? So we've been long, and I just added more positions this morning to the upside with targets higher up. That's too bad. And you see what the retail traders are doing? They are focused on shorting, which is just unbelievable. And pound US dollar focused on shorting, and we're focused on price going higher. And then US CAD long. That's just unbelievable. When are these guys going to wake up? They're always getting it wrong. What are they with gold? Short. Unbelievable. What are these guys doing? Look at that. Short gold. Oh boy, oh boy. So this is just beginning. This momentum. This is just beginning. We have expectations of a much larger move to the upside. So I've situated myself very nicely to the long side with euro, and I'll continue to pile on long positions as price makes its way higher. And I'm going to start accumulating long gold positions soon. Yeah, very soon gonna start accumulating long gold positions. I could have started accumulating positions down here, but I wanted to make sure that the banks were actually going to start bringing in the momentum into the market, and so I'm seeing that now, and so I'm confident about opening up my positions now very soon. Okay, let's take a look. I'll see any of your questions. Really nice moves indeed. Hi Jason, can I just pay for a whole year's subscription and use Bitcoin to pay? I don't have a credit card or PayPal account. You don't have a credit card or PayPal account? What about debit card? You don't have a debit card? Can I just pay for a whole year? You could pay for a whole year subscription. We do have whole year subscriptions. Yeah, we do $1,000 a year. Pay one time, get access for a whole year. Use Bitcoin to pay. I wouldn't want any Bitcoin. Not with the move down that I'm expecting. I don't want nothing to do with Bitcoin, to be honest with you. They believe inflation will kick in and dollar will appreciate on taper. You know what? Listen, I follow a lot of people on Twitter, and whenever I am just scanning through the Twitter feeds and looking at what these analysts are saying, not to, I don't want to mention specific names, but these people have no idea what they're talking about. Okay. Whenever I hear people talking fundamentally, okay, about fundamental analysis, well, because this is happening, then this should happen, and then inflation kicks in, and then we have stagflation, and then like these are all wonderful words, all right? They're all wonderful and they make you sound very smart, but they're not going to get you anywhere when it comes to trading. Okay, just take a look. I could name names right now, and I can bring up, their past tweets of what they said was definitely going to happen with the U.S. dollar, and it's not happening. It's doing the exact opposite. It's doing exactly what we said it was going to do. How did we know that? Is it because of, you know, examining the markets with fundamental analysis? No, it has nothing to do with fundamental analysis. Okay, I know it would make sense to use fundamental analysis to do analysis on the markets. It makes logical sense. I get it. I get it. But what you have to understand is that what is supposed to make logical sense, it doesn't work. All right? Don't you think the bankers know that your average person is going to try to make logical sense of what the market should do based on what is happening in the world? The economy, prices of gold, prices of oil, how much lending the governments have done, interest rates. Don't you think that, they know people are going to do that? So what do you think? Do you think that they're going to make it make sense? That if the dollar should rally, you think they're actually going to allow it to rally based on what you think should happen based on the fundamentals? Unfortunately, it doesn't work that way. I'm really sorry to say it, but it does not work that way. You may be lucky once in a while, but ask any member of our school and ask if we're lucky or if we're doing the analysis based on what's really happening in the markets and then we are correct. There's a difference. There's a difference. If you want to be consistently correct about market direction, you need to understand what's truly happening in the markets. And that's not trying to follow fundamental analysis. It doesn't work. Not consistently, not over the longer period of time. It just doesn't work. So, yeah, but all those analysts, right, that were so sure that the dollar was going to rally, they're quiet now. They're not saying a word. And as I'm saying this, somebody gives me a thumbs down. That's fine. You don't have to like it. If you're a fundamental analyst or analyst and you love it, that's great. But you don't have to give me a thumbs down because you don't like what you're hearing. How about you guys give me some thumbs up to counterbalance or counteract that thumbs down that I got? What a person. I come here and I educate you about what's taken me many, many years to accumulate, and then I get a thumbs down. What a sore loser. Why don't you leave, whoever you are? We don't need you here. We don't need your negativity. So, yeah, now you don't hear nothing from these people. They were so sure that the dollar was going to rally. So sure, so sure. And now you don't hear a peep from them. They don't say anything. They don't back up their analysis. It's just crazy. I mean, I don't know how somebody builds up a reputation by being consistently wrong. Because every once in a while they're right. Okay, well, every once in a while you're right. Anyways, enough of them. So Bitcoin, uh, you don't need fundamentals, just accurate supply and demand at White Oak. Yeah, thanks, Jason. Well, Jason knows because he's a student for a long time and he's been doing his work. Yeah, not consistently, right, Andrew, with the fundamentals? No. And that's the point. It's not supposed to be consistent. That's why they make the markets like that, so that you can't apply anything to it and get consistent results. Yeah, thanks, Matthew. Hi from Malaysia. How's it going? So Bitcoin, we have a nice downtrend now, right? And that's holding quite well so far, so good. And that really opens up a move to the downside. Remember, Jason, my buddy, said 3,500 or 35,000? Never, never, nope, can't do it. No, it'll never get down there. Remember that, Jason? Talked about that in class. Yeah. Well, we're at 43. How's that never looking so far? Not too good, right? So, I mean, I tell you, people don't want to listen. My friend took out a shit ton of money and put it into Bitcoin long, somewhere around the 56, 57, 58, and now you're at 44. That doesn't feel so good right now. But why? Because you had too much greed, listening to this, listening to that, and it's just back and forth. All the media, what the media is saying, all these books that are coming out. Andrew, are you making money, sir? Kevin, sir, because I have paid people money for education before. Am I making money? That's a silly question. I guess you haven't been following me long enough. Of course I'm making money. I mean, if anybody's been following my, let me just give you one thing that you can do, okay? You don't have to take my word for it. Don't take my word for it. Don't believe me. Because there's 1,005 people telling you bullshit every single day about how the market works. And they're all scam artists, okay? They are. Because I see what they teach and it's bullshit. Hands down, it's bullshit. So don't trust me, okay? Don't. I don't want you to trust me. What I want you to do is go through all my videos that I've posted for free on YouTube and watch my analysis. Go to 2 years ago, look at my analysis, see what I was saying, and then look at the charts to see what it did. Don't trust me. Go. I want you to go and see for yourself. Put in the time. You shouldn't join my school just because I said it's good. Don't do that. That's foolish. Only a fool would do that. All right? And if you've paid many times to many people for education, that means the process you're using to select the right education is not a good process. You shouldn't be jumping from person to person to person. You should be looking into them and examining who these people are and making damn sure that you know who you're getting involved with. That's what you should do. All right? Those who spend the time to look through my information, to watch my analysis, to double check what I'm saying and what I'm doing, and to hold me accountable so that they can see for themselves whether I'm legit or not, those are the people I really respect. Okay? I love it when somebody joins the school and they say, I've been following you for years. I've been looking at your posts on your website, your journal entries. I've been watching your YouTube videos, and I am absolutely shocked with what I'm seeing. I've never seen anybody so accurate, and now I'm ready to join. I love those people. I love those people. Why? Because they do the work necessary to before they make their investment. Their investment in education is paramount. If you're going to join something that's worth joining. That means you got to do research, right? You wouldn't just join a school to become a doctor by walking around and doctors are standing outside the school saying, "Come and join us. Join us after 3 months. You'll be doing heart surgery. Yeah, come on. Come and join the school. 3 months heart surgery." If you saw that, you'd say, "What a snake oil salesman." You wouldn't even believe it. You'd say, "This guy's a joke." Right? What you'd do is you'd research and look at who's producing the best doctors, who's producing the best surgeons, what surgeons are consistently doing good jobs. You'd look at the work, you'd look at what they're capable of doing. So, when somebody comes to me and sends me an email, they're like, "Hey, bro, I'm just curious, man. Like, how many trades you take a week?" Like, When I hear that, I just feel like saying, move along. You're wasting your time here. If your top question is how many trades you take a week, you're not the type of person I want here. Okay, just go somewhere else. All right, because it's I'm not the place for you. We're not the place for you. So I like people who are take it serious because I know what it's required to make it work in this school, and it's hard work. Okay, we're gonna teach you some real serious stuff, but you're gonna have to work your ass. If you're not ready to work your ass, then go and join some other place and get the bullshit results that they give, and be happy with it because you're gonna get what you put into it. I'm sorry, but that's just how it works. And if you're not gonna put the time and effort into it, then you're not gonna get out of it what you are wishing. Do I make money in the market? Yes, I do, consistently, very good money. Okay, very good money. I'm just not a obnoxious prick that goes out and does screenshots of my account like an idiot. Okay, because I don't need to do that. I don't need to do that. What do I need to do that for? To prove to what? To who? To strangers on the internet that I'm doing well for myself? This is my business. When I ran a cleaning business, I didn't take screenshots of my accounts. I didn't take pictures of my financial statements and show them to random people. That's just ridiculous. Who would do that? I ran a successful business and people knew I was running a successful business. Why? Because my bills were paid, my family was happy. And that was it. The only thing about running that business was that I wasn't a happy person because I didn't like kissing people's asses and I didn't like having to work all day from morning to night in a business that I didn't absolutely love. But the last thing I would ever do is walk around, like a proud person. Oh, look at my financial statements, bro. Man, this client, he paid me 5 G's this month, man. I made 5 G's because this client paid me. Like, that is just absolutely ridiculous. All right? And if you're turned on by stuff like that, then you've got problems, right? You're going to just completely fall for the bullshit over and over again because that's what turns you on. What should turn you on is a mentor, somebody that you can learn from that works their ass off, that works harder than anybody you've ever seen, that gets consistent results, that backs up what he says. All right? That's what you should be turned on by, is something like that. Because then you know it's real, right? But then again, don't take my word for it. I don't want you to take my word for it. Look at the results. Look at the posts. I mean, I told my wife the other day I have to hire somebody just to post the successes that we have with our forecasts. I don't have enough time to make these constant journal posts on my website, because if I had to post every single time a move took place in the market that was exactly what we forecasted, I mean, it would be my full-time job. I just can't do it. And it sucks because I can't advertise just how well we are actually doing with our forecasts, because there's just too many wins constantly. So, yeah. Doesn't matter how many trades I take a week, okay? It doesn't matter. Anybody that asks how many trades you take a week, I mean, it doesn't matter how many trades I take a week. I have students in level 3 right now that are taking a lot more trades than I am. And they're taking winning trades. Why? Because they're using the analysis, they're using what we're teaching in the school for their benefit. If they are analyzing the risks based on what we're doing. They see what the risks are. They know what the forecasts are, and they're taking their evaluated risks, and they're making moves. Okay, they're taking day trades, and they do very well. They're taking more trades than I do. So it doesn't matter how many trades I take. It's what kind of trading style you have. It's what do you want to get from the school, right? What do you want to absorb from the material that we're teaching you? We're giving you it. We're giving you the reality of how the market works. What you do with it is up to you. Don't do what I'm doing. I'm just showing you that this world is possible. The world that they said didn't exist, that you couldn't forecast moves before they actually took place? Yeah, that was a lie. That was a myth. You really can do it. And we do it constantly, over and over again. What you do with that information is up to you. So, let's see. Rodney, one of our great students. Too bad I cannot trade yet, guys. Why not, Rodney? And Rodney was one of those students that made it to level 2 really quickly because he worked hard. I joined Kevin's school 3 weeks ago. My ability to see the charts have grown exponentially, and I've been trading for 10 years. Wow, Nazar, that's great. Yeah, I remember when you joined. You joined 3 weeks ago, and your ability to see the charts have grown exponentially, and you've been trading for 10 years. Well, what does that tell you? That's a great compliment. That what you've learned in 3 weeks is probably bigger than what you've learned in 10 years. Well, again, because when you know the reality, right, you start to see what's really taking place in the charts. If you don't know the reality, then you're always going to be going around in circles. Um, Jason, I know exactly what you mean, Nazar. Yep. White Oak changed my trading in 3 months. All thanks to Kevin. Oh, that's kind, Ali. Been here since Set and Forget trading community with Alfonso. Yeah. What did you think about Set and Forget with Alfonso? He was decent. He was decent. I won't say anything else about the guy. I think he's what he's got going on is pretty good. But that's all I would say is it's pretty good. We have a lot of students from Set and Forget that are with us that have left there and have said, yeah, we definitely see the difference between what you guys are doing. But I won't talk negative about the guy. Um, I was part of that community for a short while, and there's a whole story behind that too. But I won't get into it. I was searching for true analysis, and if you really want to put in the hard work, you will know if the school is right for you. Yeah. Don't ask if people are making money. Your main focus is knowledge and wisdom, Andrew. Yeah, that's true. Your focus should be knowledge and wisdom. Because here's what's going to happen, Andrew. If you come at this with like, "Are you making money?" You're not thinking about the right thing. Okay? It's like, would you become a doctor just to make money? If you did, guess what? You're going to get sick and tired of seeing guts and blood and fecal matter and smelling sweat and urine. That's not going to make you a happy person seeing that if you're just getting into it for money. So once you join the school, if you were to join the school and start taking the lessons and start saying, I want to work hard like Kevin does, I want to work hard like some of Kevin's best students, and I want to achieve access to level 2 and level 3, and I want to just absorb this information. If you focused on that, you know what would happen by the time you got to level 2? By the time you got to level 2, you'd say, wow. And to think that at the beginning I was thinking about, are you making money? It'll become so clear to you that of course we're making money. How can you not make money if you're consistently correct with the direction that price is going to take, like over and over again? Like, it would be impossible not to make money, really. It would have to be impossible to not make money with how consistently we are with the moves that take place. We'd have to always be taking the opposite of what we're saying in our reports and in our analysis. We'd have to do the exact opposite constantly, and who would do that? So, do you trade indices as well? No, not really. I don't, because I don't need to, right? And like I've mentioned many times, when price is in all-time high scenarios, I don't like trading anything that's at all-time high scenarios. Why? Because I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know when it's going to stop rallying higher. I don't know when it's going to drop. So why would I want to trade something that I don't know? If I don't have a very strong edge in understanding what price is going to do, I don't want to trade it. So I know these markets that you see here listed here. I know these markets like the back of my hand. Okay, and I would say that these markets, I know these markets better than probably anybody. Okay, and I know that's a big thing to say, and I'm tooting my own horn. I get it, but it's probably the truth. It's probably the truth. Why? Because I study these markets and the reality behind them every single day, and I've been doing it for many years. So I have a very good idea of what's going on, and that's what I share with the school. And they don't, again, they don't have to take my word for it. They just see the results. And you can join the school and look at our observation journals and look through our past posts, and you'll see for yourself. I mean, you don't have to trust me. In fact, I don't want you to trust me. You got to do your work. Let's see. Jason closed off 6 trades this morning and still in 13. How are those 6 trades? All profitable, I hope. They should be. Everything's moving in the directions that we expected, so I would expect that. You close 6 and you still have 13. Nice. Yeah, the only indice we trade is the dollar. Yeah, but my broker doesn't allow me to trade the dollar. I just use it to gauge what's taking place with the rest of the markets. How do you join the school? Very simple. You go to whiteoakfx.com and you click on the top, start learning now, and that's it. You click that button, you become a member, and you get an email from me with links and information, and that's it. Okay, pretty simple. Thanks for the likes, guys. I appreciate it. If you haven't given the like, I would appreciate it if you could do that now. So another thing is that once you become a member, you're going to get this little thing that pops up right here. Once payment has been made, click here for instructions. You can click here there for instructions. So once I get the confirmation email that the payment has been made, then I'll look for your login name, or you can just send me an email and say, hey, here's the login name I've used to create a login on your website, and then I apply the access to your account. Then you have access to the video lessons, the classroom sessions, and the forum with the observation journals and our watch list and all that sort of good stuff. Okay, so there were some other questions here I didn't get to, but do you follow any news forecasts, or it's all analysis? Every single thing I do is I rely on myself. I don't listen to news. I don't listen to experts, so-called experts, because they're not experts. There are no experts in this business, in my opinion. There's many people that have many opinions on different things, but when it comes to the currency markets, gold and oil, I don't listen to anybody. I do my analysis. I don't need to listen to anybody. Why do I need to listen to anybody? If I can get every bit of information that I need just by examining the markets, why would I need to listen to anybody? I didn't need to listen to anybody to know that gold was likely going to rally from here. I just have to do the analysis. That's it. I do the analysis, and the analysis tells me what's about to happen. So I don't need to listen to any news. If you listen to the news, you're being brainwashed. Okay? They're going to tell you things that might work sometimes, but over the long period of time, they're not going to work. Are your trades predictions realizable and consistent? Should not have said making money. Are your trades predictions realizable and consistent? Should not have said making money. Oh. Are the predictions realizable and consistent? Well, here's how it works at the school, okay? There's going to be times where the market is not ideal for trading. All right? There's going to be times where the market's not ideal for trading. And sometimes I'll say, okay, the market's not ideal for trading, but there's a very good chance that price will likely do this with this pair. So I'm going to just dip my toe in the water and get in. But I'm risking very low amount. All right? I'm not risking anything big because there are risks involved with this. The markets are not ideal for trading. But I have a good feeling that it's going to work out, so I'm going to dip my toes in. So sometimes those trades don't work. Those are the ones that if they don't work, if a trade doesn't work that I do, it's one of those where I get it and I dip my toe. All right. Sometimes I get bored, just like everybody else. I can't wait any longer, and I'm like, I think this is going to turn here. It's not very highly predictable, the market right now, but I'm going to just test it out and see what happens. And those trades, if a trade doesn't work, it's usually those ones. All right. If I'm getting into a theme trade and I'm telling my students that the market is very predictable right now, those trades will work. About 90 to 95% of the times those trades work. And if they don't work, I hedge and I get out. And usually at a small profit or around break even. Okay, my students can tell you that. That's been how it's worked. So there's multiple types of trades that we get in. There's day trades, short-term trades, theme trades, longer-term trades, okay, position trades, swing trades. So depending on what's taking place in the market, we adjust. If it's not high odds scenarios, but we think something is likely going to happen, we get in with smaller positions. So if it goes against us, we lose a small amount. But if there's high probability situations, we build up positions bigger and larger with small risk at the beginning, and we increasingly increase our risk as it plays out in our favor. So there's different ways that we do what we do. Let me see. There's so many questions coming at me. It was pretty good, Kevin, but that is where we met you and your analysis. I thank the Set and Forget community. I think the Set and Forget community, not too much from what we learned, but because we found you. Oh, I appreciate that. That's kind. You thank the Set and Forget community because you found me through there. I appreciate that. That's nice. I've worded it incorrectly, but it means the same thing. No, I hear you, Andrew. We don't follow any news. How do I join your XUL in free? I don't understand that. How do I join your XUL? Not sure what that means. Hit the like button if you guys don't mind while I read these questions. Where can I see the content of the course for each level? You want to join? Content of the course, come to the website, click on education, click on level 1, and there's some of the content there. And then you can click on level 2 and level 3 and read what's there. Okay, level 1. Here's all the different things you learn in level 1. And you click on level 2 and it goes through everything that you'll learn in level 2. Okay, it's all there. It's all there. And I don't know if you guys have noticed, but you know, everything we do at the school is to encourage people to work. Okay, how I'm setting up everything at the school is to encourage you to work, because you get results through working. You're not going to get results through, oh, you know, he's buying so I'm going to buy, he's selling so I'm going to sell, and just being, you know, blind like that. It doesn't work well like that. So how I'm setting things up is that the harder you work, the more results you're going to get. And we're doing a watch list with trade ideas, but the better you understand what we're teaching at the school, for instance, if you've made it through to level 2, which means you know how to draw supply and demand zones and the trend lines correctly, not incorrectly, the correct way, and there is a correct way and a wrong way. If you can do it correctly, then that's great. You get to level 2. Level 2, you start to learn about trends and structures. And that's where you'll really understand why the trade ideas are given out. Okay, what the trade ideas mean, why they are expected to work, all right, and how to trade them properly. So it'll really empower you with your trades when you get to level 2. Level 3, once you get to level 3 and you understand sequences and what leads from one time frame to the one time frame higher, and what to expect based on what's happening on each time frame, then you might get a little bit ballsy and start getting into trades even earlier than I am. And you know, a lot of the students are doing that at the school. They get into trades even before I do, And then we we meet together for a level 3 session. They're like, "Oh yeah, well, I'm already in long," and I'm like, "Oh, good for you. You saw that one coming from what you've come to learn from level 3, which is awesome. You know, it's very powerful stuff." Let's see. Late to the party. Morning, everybody. Hi, Timothy. Nice to see you in here. What else? We only check news every so often just to see how retail traders are being lured. Yeah, exactly. The only time I look at the news is to see what the news is saying and how they're manipulating people. All profitable. All your trades are profitable. Isn't that a beautiful thing? You know, people don't think that that's possible. That you can open up like 20 trades and they're all profitable. People don't think it's possible. They're like, no, you must have tricked us. You must have closed all the ones that didn't make money and you're just keeping those ones. No, it's possible. It happens very, very often. When you're getting the direction right and you're adding to winners, not losers, that's what happens. They become all profitable. Um, where can we see the course details? Yeah, I told you where. I can't wait to join. I see the value. Thank you for being online for free. Yeah, no worries. Well, that's why I want to do these live sessions so that we can do the analysis together and you guys could see for yourself, because I don't think enough people are seeing what we're doing here, the value of what we're seeing here. Because if people saw the value of what we're doing here, I think there would be a vast increase in the amount of students that we're getting. And we have a lot of students now. We have over 1,000 students, well over 1,000 students right now, and we are busy. We are busy. The amount of emails I get every single day is ridiculous. It's just becoming too much for me to handle, to be honest with you. But we're growing really fast, and it's all word of mouth. I'm not out there making sleazeball advertisements, luring people in to take 3-month courses, to make 100% a month. I'm not doing crap like that because that's garbage. This is all word of mouth, and this is all, the proof is in the pudding type of thing. People are coming and seeing our analysis week after week and saying, this guy's legit, so let's join. So I'm very proud of that. I'm very proud of what we built here. Timothy, we're all very fortunate that someone who actually knows how to teach happens to be a trader and wants to teach us trading. Yeah, appreciate that, Timothy. Yeah, and I get that a lot too. If you're such a good trader, like, why are you teaching? It's like, wow. You know, it's like, and I even have good friends that have asked me that. Good friends of mine, right? They come over, they're like, if you're such a good trader, like, why are you teaching? It's like, well, why wouldn't I? Why, if I have a passion for trading and I have a passion for teaching, why wouldn't I do that? I mean, it's not like if I teach somebody what I'm doing that they're going to take something away from me. They can take a long trade on gold. It's not going to take away from my profits from going in long as well if I teach them how to trade it, right? So why wouldn't I do it? I'm doing the analysis myself anyways. The reports I was doing them for myself before I started sharing them. So if I'm doing the reports for myself, what's the big deal sharing them? All right. And if I can make a business out of it, and I can build a reputation from it, and I can build something that's going to last longer than when I'm still here on this earth, I would love nothing more than that. I want to create a name for what we're teaching at the school. What we're teaching at the school is revolutionary. I'm sorry, but it's never been taught before. The market has never been understood at the level at which we teach it before, ever. It's never happened. You can ask any student if this is true what I'm saying, and they will back me up. I'm sure they will. Okay? So this needs to be recorded. The school needs to be created. I mean, it goes without saying, really. I don't see I can't understand why I wouldn't do it. What is the timeline for training? I have time to learn fast and well. Okay, so I get that question a lot. What's the timeline? I joined your school. I'm in level 1. How quickly can I make it through to level 2? All right. The answer is I don't know. Okay? Rodney made it through level 1 in, what was it, a month or something like that? So it depends. Are you going to work every day for 18 hours a day watching video lessons and journaling and taking notes? Are you going to be a maniac and do that? You could. It's possible. If you do that and you're very committed, then you'll make it through in a month or two. But you know, some other students don't. They don't work that hard. They don't work that much. They have other jobs. They have other commitments, and I get that. So they can't put in that amount of time, and it takes them 6 months to a year. So it depends on your situation, how committed you are. That's really what it takes. Each level depends on your commitment. But it's not impossible to make it through all levels and get to level 3 in a year. It's not impossible. Some people need time for the information to be absorbed, and it's actually not a bad thing to take your time and let the information get absorbed. It's really not, because the more you allow something to absorb into your mind, the more you'll understand the reasons why we're doing what we're doing and the logic. So you know, it all depends on you and how you're, you know, how you learn, really. I did that too. Yes, Kevin, supply and demand would have prevented my biggest losses. Yeah, too bad to hear that. We all take losses. I've taken some losses too. Kevin's patience, wisdom, and consistency are awesome. Appreciate that. Yes, those are two different talents and skill set, trading and teaching. Yeah, two different skill sets for sure. For sure. Okay. Um, Timothy Nazar, we're in the right place now. We will make all of our losses back. Yeah. Don't worry about making the losses back. Worry about learning what you need to learn. The profits come easy, okay? The profits come so easy when you're just focused on what's happening with the charts and doing the correct analysis. That's it. Just focus on that. Know what the risks are. Open your positions according to what the risks in the market are. And if you focus on just that, the money comes in naturally. It just comes in naturally. All right? I never focus on the money. Never. Never, ever, 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 ever. It's always about position size based on the risk of what where the market is. And as it starts to play out in my favor and I start to see that the institutions are interested in creating the structures, then I add to my positions. And that's it. All right, let's see. That's why I studied Kevin almost 1 year before joining. Good, Ronaldo. That's excellent. Exactly. Study me almost 1 year before joining. And so, Ronaldo, just curious, in that year that you were studying me, what did you find? Be honest. Whatever the truth is, you say it. The answer depends on your efforts. Yeah, exactly. How school should be TBH. Don't know what that means, buddy. Timothy, what are you talking about? I am here defending what you teach, even from people who do not even know you. No, that's okay. Listen, you know, I get it. A lot of people have been burned, so they come and they're like, you know, what's up with this guy? You know, so I get it. Do your research. That's what I say. Don't trust anybody. Do your research. I graduated in a week. From level 1 to 2? Was it a week? Was it that fast? Impossible. I don't remember. We have a lot of students, so it's hard to track. Hey, Kevin, I became a student 2 weeks ago. What kind of entries do you normally use? What kind of entries do I normally use? It all depends on what I'm trading and how I'm trading it. If it's a theme trade, I'll get in with very small positions and build my positions as price plays out in my favor. So that'll be one way. If it's a short-term trade, then it'll be like a 15-minute chart, right? Like Euro. Did you guys spot this one on the Euro 4-hour chart? Price reacting from the demand zone. We had a confirmed uptrend on the daily chart, right? And price came down to demand right here. And what do we say? Look for entry 15-minute time frame. And there was a perfect entry here. I don't know if you guys spotted it. Let me show you where it was. I won't draw how I figured it out, but I will show it to you. There we go. Right here. Okay? That's your area of demand created by the banks. Where was your entry? Right there. Long position on a 15-minute chart. Okay? Look how well that's working. The euro. Not bad, eh? For an entry. Pinpoint accuracy. And it's not just, oh, you hold it for a little bit, oh, it's starting to come back against me. No. You hold it based on this is going to work. Why? Because I'm following the sequence of what's playing out in the market, and this is the next part of the sequence. This should continue to hold, and price should continue to go higher. Look at that rally. Okay, let's redraw this. So the entry was here. That is your area of demand, and your entry was here, right there. Nice rally. Yeah. So it depends what time frame you're trading, what type of trade you're looking for. There's different types of entries depending on what is taking place on the charts. So now the chart is setting up soon for another position to be taken, and I'll post that in the watch list. Okay, and if you guys are members and you're following the watch list, you also know that the euro yen, something very important happened today. My alerts went off. Did you guys have your alerts where I was mentioning that you should have your alerts? Alert went off. So guess what that tells us? And are we surprised? Did we not say this trade is going to be a good trade? It's going to be a good chart to trade because of the euro strength that we are expecting, right? Are we surprised? No, we're not surprised. Okay. Let's see. You became a student 2 weeks ago. What kind of entries? Okay, so I talked about that. You also need a timer because you have to get rid of all the bull they taught you before. You need a timer. You have to be you have to like deprogram your brain. Yeah, because you have to deprogram yourself from all the nonsense that you probably were taught before. I'm sorry to say it, but it is nonsense. And when you start to learn the reality of how the market works, you're going to be like, oh boy, what a nonsense. Some stuff is decent. Don't get me wrong. Some stuff is decent. It's not good, but it's decent. There's at least some logic behind what other people teach. But when you understand the reality of the markets, you're going to be like, whoa, this has nothing to do with what has been taught in the vast majority of books you've ever seen out there. Unfortunately, it's the truth. So, yeah, you did it in 1 week. Yeah, Rodney, well, you're the exception to the rule. Just like you have somebody that, goes on Jeopardy and is just like super talented and is able to answer questions like, unlike anybody else. Some people have incredible memory. Some people just have a natural ability to get things, and you had that. So, good for you. Ronaldo, and after, okay, so I asked Ronaldo, what was it that you learned by watching me for a year? And now you wrote, you were teaching something that I haven't found in any place. And the way you explained it really made sense. First, I joined on Basic Access to prove what you were saying was legit. That's right, because you could become a basic member, which is not, you don't have to, it's only $50. You become a basic member, you have access to our reports, our observation journals, and our watch lists and trade ideas. So, small investment, $50. And then that gives you access to what we're doing. And then you can see, what we're doing, what we're saying, all that stuff. And then if it is legitimate to you, and you want to make the commitment to actually learn and be a student and join our sessions, then you can make that investment. After that, I became a student. Yeah, Jason, yes, sir. Alerts were set. Yeah, Euro Yen. Alerts have been triggered. This is going to be good for a long position. I'm still learning the analysis, but saw the Euro long, went long at 10 a.m. yesterday, and it closed overnight. It closed for profits overnight, right? You opened it 10 a.m. yesterday? Yeah, nice. Well, it's been nothing but up, moving up, right? That's good. Easy money, right? Well, I shouldn't say easy money. Easy money for you, maybe, because you just joined, right? And you just took the advice. You just looked at the analysis that we posted, and you said, "Well, look, the analysis is there. It's kind of clear what's taking place. So let's just open up a position." But to get to this analysis is not easy. All right? It's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. Okay, I work on my charts every single day, to update them, to follow along, to be, on top of what's taking place. Because the truth of the matter is, if you leave your charts if I leave my charts for 2 days, let's say, and that really doesn't happen, but I've gone on vacations where, you know, I'm getting into the mood and I'm like on the beach and having a good time and making sand castles with my family and, having a couple beers and, that type of stuff. And then, you're not around the charts as often as you normally are. When I get back to my charts and I see price has moved, I'm like, okay, let's get back to what I was looking at before, and let's follow along the story of price and see what's going on, because I feel like it's like you've left somebody's life for a long time and then you catch up a year later and you feel like you've missed so much, right? The longer you are away from the charts, the more disconnected you'll be from the charts. And the more disconnected you are from the charts, the more likely you're going to not be able to determine what the charts are going to do next. That is the reality of trading. So, every time I see, oh, I wake up and I trade for an hour in the morning, and then I go and I'm jetting and I'm, driving my Lambo and I'm like hanging out. When I see that, I say, nope, no, it doesn't work that way. I don't care who you are, it just simply doesn't work that way. When you are a successful trader, you know that that doesn't work. Okay? Because you know what's required to be a successful trader, and what's required to be a successful trader is constant analysis, constant work on the charts. I mean, you don't have to be 24/7 looking at the charts, but you got to stay on top of it. You got to spend a good quality amount of time every day on chart work. It's necessary. If you don't want to be consistently right, I mean, you don't have to. You can come and check on your charts once a day for, an hour, but you're not going to be as accurate with your trades than if you were spending 2, 3, 4, 5 hours a day, and it's sporadically throughout the day. I mean, a normal 9 to 5 job is 8 hours sitting at a desk doing bullshit, right? Trading, I can spread that time throughout my full day. Do some work, do some gardening, do some work, play with my kids, do some work, eat some lunch, do some work, go for a walk. Do some work, watch some TV, do some work, read a book. Do some work, eat dinner, do some work, go to bed, read, go to sleep. So I just spread it throughout the day. So I have to work from home. I couldn't work in an office. You crazy? Because I would be leaving my house all the time. I have to work from home because of how often I check on my charts. So, so when you hear stuff like that, run for the hills. 1 hour in the morning. Yeah, sure, okay. Sure, 1 hour in the morning. And then I'm like killing it. I just opened a trade now. Now I'm going to go drink some beers. And then when I come back after my beers, I'm going to make 5 G's. If you believe that, you're gullible. I'm sorry. That's the truth. You don't want the truth? Then I don't know why you wouldn't want the truth. I don't know. A lot of people don't want the truth. So I say the truth, whether it is good, whether you're going to hate me or you're going to like me or you're not going to want to talk to me. I have enough respect for myself to be able to handle any outcome as long as I'm speaking the truth. I've lost friends for being truthful. I've gotten into arguments for being truthful, but those that I'm truthful with, at least they respect me and they know that I'm honest and they can trust my opinion and what I say. They may not agree with it, which is okay. You don't have to, but at least you know you're getting, the reality. All right, driving my Lambo. Yeah, I love those videos. They're just great. Euro Japanese yen will be the next big one. Yes, sir. Euro Japanese yen, I think, is going to be the next big one. I agree with that. And CAD yen, beauty. Targets are about to be hit. Isn't that a beautiful one? Yep, that's a beauty. Euro yen's going to be the next flyer. Yeah. Well, look at the euro. Euro is about to take off. The euro is about to take off. So all euro pairs against weak pairs will, all euro currencies against weak pairs will do well. What are we expecting to be weak? Well, we know that the Japanese yen will probably hold in the range, right? We mentioned that. Remember? Japanese yen will probably hold in the range. Why is that? Well, because of what it's doing. So you see how powerful it is to know what the hell is going on in the markets? Okay? It's powerful to know because then you know what trades to be taking. Pound yen probably will do really well to the upside too. And look at that. We talked about pound yen being another flyer, right? So a weak CAD, let me see. CAD's been very strong, potentially going to get a little bit weak. I wouldn't necessarily say over a longer period getting weak. It would be more shorter period. But euro yen flying to the upside, yeah, I think that's good. I think it's going to be a big, 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 big mover. And, the banks have revealed themselves to us today. They have revealed themselves to us. And nobody is seeing it, but we are. And I'm telling you guys it. And you don't have to take my word for it. Remember what I'm saying today and watch this chart in the next week, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then see. Okay? We're not talking about a move that's going to happen in 5 minutes. This is multiple weeks, multiple months. But just remember, I told you. Because, like I said, the banks have revealed themselves today. Michael Nero, another great session. Kevin, community is a great asset here. I would support folks to be careful telling people what and what not to ask. Asking gets answers even if the pill is hard to swallow. Yeah, I agree. I just joined, ready to learn. Oh, that's good. Give me some time because I do everything manually on my end. There isn't like complete automation where like you're treated like a number, that you just, everything is personal interaction with me. That's just how I like things. When you join, I get a confirmation email. I actually read it with my eyes, and I actually send you the links myself. And so if you respond to me, it's actually me reading your emails. All right? Even though it takes up a lot of my time, that's just how it is with me. The template you're using with TradingView, is it custom or commercially available? The actual screen with the 6 various time frames. You just create this. We have video lessons on how to create this. You create the 6 time frames. You need a certain plan to be able to do it, though, right? You can't. Not everybody can create 6 time frames. You have to pay for the plan to give you 6 time frames. Oh, I don't know if you guys seen this too, but I will show you. If you haven't created, I just came across and learned this not too long ago. If you guys haven't been members of TradingView in the past, we got a special discount. TradingView, I contacted TradingView and they're like, yeah, people can get a nice discount if you refer them to us. I'm like, well, shoot, I should have known this like a couple years ago because this could have been really helpful for a lot of us. A lot of students never used TradingView until they joined our school. So if you come and you click on the TradingView Essentials, which is located again under what you need to know on the main screen, right? When you go onto the student portal, what you need to know. When you click on that, it'll take you to TradingView.com Essentials. And then on the right hand side you'll see a chalkboard here. Click this chalkboard to receive up to $30 off your first TradingView plan. So if you've never created a TradingView plan, it's a good plan. All right, you click on here, takes you to the link, you sign up, you can get up to 30 bucks. I don't know exactly how much you're going to get, but you're going to get some money off, and then you can get your plan going. It's worth it. All right, if you're going to trade, it's worth to use TradingView, honestly. I've used different software. TradingView is probably the best I've ever seen. All right. Yeah, do they piss me off sometimes because they change things behind the scenes? But because I have a paid membership, I call them, I send them an email, and they're on it. They fix things in like a heartbeat. Okay, so they're good. They're good. Do I like to have to rely on TradingView? Like what happens one day if their company goes bankrupt and they shut down? Yeah, I'm gonna have to resort back to MT4. But do I think that's gonna happen? I don't think so. Right? So you take the good with the bad, I guess. Um, so this template I just created from scratch. Multiple time frames. I use 6 month and 3 month. You don't have to, but I do, just to give me a greater edge in the market when the market's hard to read. Sometimes it helps me, but it makes things a lot more complicated. So if you don't know how to follow 4 time frames or even 3 time frames, then don't even try 6, because it's just gonna cause more confusion. Any boom and buster can brag on a boom and hide all his busts. Yeah, that's true. I totally agree. Went to bed at 2 and back up at 6 to spend time on charts. Boom. Jason puts in the time, and he sees the results. So good man. If you could hit the like button, I'd appreciate it. Really good. Any pairs you guys want to look at? We're talking about the euro yen. This is going to fly, super, super flyer in the months to come. So watch out for this. Euro's going to be strong from what I am seeing, and the banks are proving it. Okay, so this is not my opinion. This is what I am seeing based on what the institutions are doing. That's why I believe euro is going to be strong. Okay, it's not based on any fundamental reasons. It's not based on any Fibonacci retracements. It's not based on any what do you call those things, bat patterns or any of that type of stuff. It's based on the reality of what the markets are doing from how the banks are handling price, period. Euro Aussie kicking into gear. What's the Aussie doing? We haven't taken a look at the Aussie today. Jason, Rodney writes to Jason, I wake up at 5 for the charts every day, even on weekends. I am in too deep and I am loving it. Good man. I'm proud of you, Rodney. You've done a lot of work. A lot of work. So Jason says, I'm up at 6. And Rodney's like, I'm up at 5. Okay? Take that. Notice how they're not saying, I made 500 bucks on that trade, and somebody else is coming in saying, well, I made a G. You see what they're talking about? They're talking about what time they wake up to bust their ass. This is what it takes. These are true professionals, right? That's what you should be proud of. How many hours you put. That's what you should be boasting. How many hours you put. That's the thing. New Zealand cat, I don't trade it. Haha, nice, Rodney. I know the feeling. Let's see. Ooh, BTC, I see it's at 43. Ooh, I gotta call my friend. He's probably having heart palpitations right now. I gotta console him. My poor man. My boy, heart palpitations is not good for him. I told him, don't be stupid. I'm telling you. No, but you don't understand, Kevin. I read this book. It's great, and it's really, this is going to go to 100,000 by the end of the year. Yeah, based on what? Oh, because it's the fundamental reasons why. Okay. All right. I get it. I get your understanding of the fundamental reasons, but that's not how the markets work. No. Listen, Kevin, I get it. You're a trader. You're only looking for like certain patterns and stuff, but this is a completely different ball game. This doesn't work based on stuff like that. This is working based on the fundamental principle of why this is going to go higher. Okay, you called me for my advice. I gave you my advice. Do what you want to do. How are your profits looking right now? Not good, right? Getting in at 56, 57, 58. How does it feel to be down to 43? Doesn't feel so good. I told you. I warned you. If it was to go higher, you would be, I'm a hero. but you wouldn't even realize how lucky you were. It's like walking through a minefield, okay? There's two fields. One's that's clear of mines, and I'm telling you, you have better options walking through the one with no mines, and you're like, no, 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 but you don't understand. Fundamentally, I should be walking through this one with mines. Okay, if you make it through the field, you're just lucky. It's not that you're brilliant, you're just lucky. But the more times you go back and forth and make investments, eventually you're going to blow your leg off. So, that's the truth. I'm sorry, but it's the truth. I almost got thrown out from my apartment. I used my life savings to invest with some guy on Instagram, and today I own the house and my family live in. His strategies are wonderful. Oh, that's just awesome. I love when somebody comes and they're like, I used to be a loser. I used to be homeless. And then I met Fred Williams. Fred Williams really knows his stuff. His trading strategies taught me how to make 55% a month. I highly recommend Fred Williams. Yeah, because that's all we need, right? Is to hear one piece of advice from somebody who comes in and writes in the chat that we should listen to some guy. All right. Well, thanks for the testimonial for that person, and I'm sure it'll be taken with a grain of salt. Anyways, so Bitcoin, yeah, not looking too good. And what else do you guys want to look at? I think I saw somebody post. No, I didn't see New Zealand CAD. Yeah, we could take a quick look at New Zealand CAD. What are you thinking about New Zealand CAD? Tell me what you think, and I'll take a look at it, and I'll tell you what I see. What do you want to do with New Zealand CAD? You know the CAD is going to get stronger over time, right? So this will mean that this will probably drop. Mortgage the house. This will probably drop, but we also see very strong potential for the Kiwi to get stronger as well. So they both can get stronger. So I don't know. Look at this chart. You see why I don't trade the New Zealand CAD? Like, look at this. Why would I want to trade the New Zealand CAD? It's not good. It's not a good chart to trade. Not in my professional opinion. You know, when you have price that does this sideways stuff, you have momentum that doesn't last very long. So why would you want to get involved? You know? So it's not good. I don't like it. I wouldn't trade it. So I don't trade it. I stay away from it. I only trade the pairs I trade because they have the highest predictability. All right? And they move. These currencies move very well against each other. One that I don't like is Euro Pound. That one's been garbage for many years. But, you know, I still watch it just for the sake of watching it. But it's not one I usually trade. I don't even remember the last time I traded Euro Pound. It was so long ago. All right, so we're due. It's been an hour. If you can hit the like button one last time. If my impressions put a smile on your face, you can hit the like buttons for me. Bill Jenkins. I heard your Bill Jenkins over the weekend, and he was laughing out loud. Yeah. Well, anyways, you gotta laugh, you know. So life is good. Life is good. No problem. I like to make jokes. Don't take offense. If you take offense, you think too seriously about shit. All right. So that's it. So looking good. Euro's looking good. What we were forecasting is playing out. Aussie, did we really see what was taking place in Aussie? I think I did switch onto that chart, but I don't remember seeing anything special. Yeah, not doing much, right? And we know why, right? Because it's sitting at these highs and it just removed, but it's still in a range. So until it breaks out of that range, nothing is to be expected. Euro, good momentum on euro, good momentum on pound. Good momentum on gold. These are the ones to focus. Good momentum on US CAD to the downside. These are the ones that are to be focused on. They are the ones with higher odds moves. Momentum is in the market. Institutions are saying that they're interested in moving those pairs. All right, ladies and gents. That is it. It's 10 o'clock. I'm going to get my butt back into the school. I got some observation journals to upload. I also uploaded last week's class. So if you guys were looking for last week's class, I finally uploaded it, and I'm going to be putting it onto the school library, so you can watch that session and review it in preparation for next class. All right. So if you like today's session, or you want to just show me some support for our school and what we teach, I'd appreciate it. Hit the like button, even share, leave some comments on what it is that you'd like to look at, and I will get to reading them when I get a chance. Let me see. I just paid for the membership. Where can I get access to the courses? I'll get you, brother. Let me finish this session. I'll open up my emails. I'll check out whoever signed up, and I will get you instructions. If you've signed up and you haven't sent me an email to let me know what your login email address is for our school website, you need to let me know that, because I'm going to be looking for your name in our database so I can give you the level 1 access. All right? Good stuff. Thank you for joining me. It's a pleasure to be with you.